What's up, Exiles? Happy holidays, and welcome back for another build guide. If you like this video, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube and follow my Twitch. I'm live just about every day. You can find my link down below. Alright, this build is an Infernalist, Flameblast, Ignite build. It is not the most meta build right now, but it is mine, and it is beautiful the way it is. Okay? This video will be covering from when you get Beidats hand and until you go low life. Um, this video will be mostly focusing on the transition from being a life-based character to an ES-based character. Your tree and your gear will change a little bit, and I will cover that. Okay? This progression guide covers from when you swap to ES until you fully spec into crit, and then you go low life. First off, let's start off with my in-game passive tree, and I'll just show you some of the quick differences. We used to path down through here and go this way. Instead, we're going up this path, which is allowing us to go past a lot of ES nodes, like Heavy Buffer, and like Calibration, and Dependable Ward. Gives us access to more defensive options. And it's going to help us a lot. Okay, and then we also get access to a lot more cast speed here and here. A lot of cast speed, a lot of elemental damage, and a little bit of res. That's the main differences, and also we're grabbing a slow burn. I did not realize before how strong this node was. It's probably one of the strongest nodes we can get for Ignite, scaling the Ignite itself. Get Ignite Duration, which we're very hungry for, and we get Ignite Magnitude, which is the strongest thing you can scale it. It's only 20% magnitude, but it's a good chunk. Good chunk. We love that. So yeah, that's the tree. Without further ado, let us show you a more official version of the tree. This will be, if I can find it, this will be what your tree should look like when you swap. This is your level 80 swap, or level 8. This is your level 84 swap. If you're not level 84 yet, I would say these would be your last 4 nodes right here. A level 80 swap / 84. Okay. I'd say getting Ancient Aegis last, because Ancient Aegis really shines when you have a really high ES chest, and you're probably not going to already have one. If you happen to already have a 900 ES chest or some shit already, then this is the first ES node you'd click instead of this one. Okay. Um, Anyways, so yeah, you're gonna transition to this tree, and you're gonna grab all the ES and damage nodes before you start grabbing the crit nodes. So the next tree right here, this is the crit version. These are all the nodes that you grab after. So you grab, this is gonna be this identical tree with the exception to this middle piece. You may notice the middle piece is a little different. We passed through here for a little more crit, and we dropped Spiral into Mania, which was giving us Chaos Res and cast speed. So that it goes without being said that you're not going to start pathing through this middle part here until you get Chaos Res capped. Yeah, so you're gonna stay with this left path until your Chaos Res capped, and then you'll respect this left part for going through here instead. This middle part will not be here until you get Chaos Res capped. Okay. Um, at when you finally get low life. So going low life is only going to depend on the belt. This belt. As soon as you get this belt, you're going to go low life because you already have Beidats hand, which is already making you qualify as low life. Here's the 2 points. You only need to click 2 points once you put the belt on. You're going to put on the belt, and you're going to click Pain Attunement, and you're going to click Final Barrage. Okay? That is your low life transition. You're already right next to it. It only costs 2 points. Okay. You can do that at any point, whether that be level 84 or level 90 or level 99, whenever you get the belt. Let me lastly show you what the Anoint that I would recommend is, and it is this one. Lasting Trauma is the name of it. this is what I would recommend you anoint. It is not mandatory, but it is very strong for damage. You get a lot of duration, which we're hungry for, as I mentioned. You get magnitude. Both of them scale your ignite a lot. Okay, so this is pretty cheap too. The only thing that's expensive is the suffering. I mean, the only thing that's rare is the suffering. The other two emotions are cheap. Paranoia and envy should be pretty cheap to get. I'm solo self-found, and I almost already have this. I'm gonna have it very soon, probably in the next couple days. Okay. You want a more defensive anoint? I would recommend something like a natural resilience, maybe. This is also the most expensive possible anoint. There's nothing that's more expensive than this. Is the EX of the most expensive or the rarest distilled emotion. Okay. Probably not the best early in anoint. I would just recommend you go for lasting trauma. Um, in previous build guides, I had recommended heat proofing. We no longer go for heat proofing. I repeat, we do not want heat proofing anymore because we're not scaling armor as much anymore because we have a straight ES chest. Um, so yeah, this is no longer good for us. I was recommending it previously. This is no longer good. Okay. We also dropped some ignite chance here, but we made up for it here. We might end up coming back for this ignite chance later when we get like a 6th length and we're trying to balance stuff. Yeah, so I've showed you both trees. I've told you when to switch between trees or when you're going to start using each one. And I've told you what to do when you go low life. Okay. So you have pretty good expectations there. Showed you the anoint. Without further ado, let's show you some items. Okay. So you switch to ES. The first step is changing your tree, and the second step is equipping some items. Okay, so you have two ES items uniques that I recommend. This is the number one, which I absolutely recommend. Atziri's Disdain is the best possible unique that you can equip, other than the Coward's Legacy belt. Um, I highly recommend this one if you don't have it and you have a Ghost Wraith, and wear the Ghost Wraith. I'm not going to put it on right now as it would break my build. It doesn't have int on it. But anyways, it gives you a ton of chaos res. It converts some life to ES, which is counterproductive. That's why I don't recommend it. There's also a couple other drawbacks to it. So since it makes your life pool so much smaller, half as small in fact, it makes it twice as often that you're going to be getting stunned and frozen. You're going to get frozen and stunned a lot. That's the only reason I don't like this chest. I don't recommend it because of that. I highly recommend you go with this setup instead, early mapping. Like before you have like really nice gear. Okay. Everything else is like just life and res, life and res, life and res, life and chaos res, There's lots of life and res. The only thing that's ES right now is my chest and the helmet. The helmet, so it gives life as extra ES, which is fantastic. It energizes really well with our ascendancy, which also scales ES from life. Okay, so they're both scaling the same thing. You're double dipping, very good. And on top of that, it gives damage bypass. It bypasses your energy shield, which sounds bad. In PoE 1, that was really bad. We wanted to avoid bypassing if you were like a low life build because you don't want to die. We're not super low life for one, and for two, in PoE 2, in this, when it's only a small amount of bypass, it's good. Because what it's doing is splitting the damage up between both your ES and your life. So in our current setup, you take a quarter of your 8 damage as life, how you can think of it. So instead of taking all your damage as ES, it's pretty much just saying take 25% less damage as ES. And that 25% damage that you're taking as life instead, you can just use pots to top off and not have to worry about it, right? So you're essentially just taking a quarter less damage on your ES pool, which will make your ES pool stay up and up high, pretty good. So as soon as you swap, you're going to want to get an ES chest, and I will shortly show you how to. I will show you the basics of like what you're looking for to get a chest. This one isn't that great. It's going to end up being 500 ES when I get the quality of 20. Not that great, but It's a good starter chest. This is essentially what I'd recommend you look for. You want some ES, you want some life. Okay. This is the belt that you would use to chance into Coward's Legacy. Okay, you need a chance orb plus a white mail belt, and it needs to be at least level 46. One's over level 40, item level 46, so we're good. Okay. Um, Other things to look out for: a Malice Scepter. You only really need Spirit on it, and it's also nice if you. It's also nice if you have stuff like attributes, Int and Strength, help me in other ways with my build. But I don't have to get Int somewhere else. Okay, so it's just a nice little stat stick. The only thing that really matters is the Spirit. If you get at least 30%, then after you quality it up, you'll have as much Spirit as I do. Okay, and you need about 300 Spirit to fit all the auras. So with that being said, I will show you the auras. Okay, this is the links that I have for auras. So Blasphemy, plus Enfeeble, plus Flammability, plus Heightened Curse. Okay, those are the ones that increase the reservation cost. And there's also Magnified Effect. I'm not positive if this works. It has the AoE tag, but I'm not sure if Blasphemy works the same in PoE2 as PoE1. The AoE seems kind of small to me of Blasphemy, so I'm not sure. Anyways, yeah, that's the Blasphemy links. And then Overwhelming Presence is mandatory. And then Vitality and Clarity are pretty mandatory as well. I'd recommend you run them both. Cast on Ignite. Okay, Inspiration is very mandatory here. This is a big mana hog. Uses up a lot of mana. Okay, so Cast on Ignite, Comet, Spell Echo, Inspiration, and the fifth link will be Glaciation or Freeze Buildup. Okay, and then Grim Feast. Grim Feast is very important. So as soon as you, at level 80 or 84, whenever you get your third ascendancy point and swap to the ES tree, you want to immediately equip Grim Feast. This doubles your ES pool. It's very strong. Okay, very strong. Doubles your ES pool. Need I say more? Need I say more? Just twice the amount of ES. Really good. You can overflow your ES. Play carefully. So that's your all your aura nodes. I mean, all your aura gem support gems. These skills I showed in my previous video. You look up there right now, up in the top right of the screen, you should see. I will make it so the previous build guide comes up, and in that build guide there's chapters. So and in those chapters you'll see some chapters that say like skill gem Flameblast links and fireball links and stuff. And I'll explain everything to you. And Infernal Hellhound links. So none of those changed. None of these links here changed, but I will very quickly hover over them just so you can see what I'm running. And if you really don't want to go to the other video and check, you can check here. Okay, this is what the links are. Trying to go kind of slowly or kind of quickly, but also kind of slowly so you can actually see. Kind of quickly, just so we can move on to the next part of the video. Okay, so I covered chancing that. I covered the unique items. Okay, last part is how to make a chest. Making a chest is a real pain in the butt. A real pain in the butt. Are we currently capturing the screen? We are. Okay, so anoint items, gems, and how to craft the high ES chest. Last piece. Okay. Oh god. Encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings or using a faster encoding preset. Yeah, whatever. Hopefully it'll turn out okay because I don't want to record another one of these. Okay, so as far as body armors go, if this will work. Okay, so there are 3 chests that you can craft on. Okay, they are these 3 right here. Oops. Okay, there we go. These 3 that I highlighted: Expert Altar Robe, Expert Hexer's Robe, Expert Keth Raiment. You can edit your filter, like filter blade or whatever, to really highlight these for you, or you can just memorize what the names, and that's what I did. An easy way to memorize them is they all have expert in the name. Expert is the highest tier, so if you just remember expert is the one I'm looking for, and you realize that So if you just go expert plus int based, so if you go the pure energy shield ones, there's literally only three pure ES, pure int bases that have expert in the name. So these three are the only three that will say expert and the only ES. So it's just an easy way to remember. Hopefully it helped. Okay. Get one of these three bases, then you're going to craft on it, and you're going to look for some very specific stats. Um, Here is all the mods that a body armor, yes, body armor can roll. But we only care about the prefixes, and it's a real pain in the butt to craft this for a couple reasons, but mainly just because all the mods that we want are prefixes. That means like a blue item can only have one prefix, and then when you regoal, you can have a maximum of two prefixes because you could have only gotten plus one from that. So, no, yes, there is paint. Let's actually try to save just a little bit of CPU performance. Okay, so here I took the liberty of moving the mod list to paint so that you can see everything you're looking for. Okay, so up here, um, test. Okay, these two are mandatory. I would say I would describe these two as absolutely mandatory. I would not stop trying to craft a chest until I get both of these. So I would consider these as flat, these as percent. As you can see, there's a little percentage sign here. That's how you know it's percent. And there's a little plus sign right here. And that's how you know it's flat. If I refer to anything as flat, that's what I'm talking about. I would call this T1 flat and T2 flat, T1% and T2% respectively. Okay. You need an item level of 79 to roll tier 1 flat. You need an eye level of 75 to roll tier 1 of percent. Okay. I would not settle for less than T2 flat plus T2%. T2 flat plus T2% minimum. This is absolute minimum. Oops. So absolute minimum. Oops. Minimum. Okay. This is very important. You want a little squiggly or a curve to the T. There we go. So you want this very badly. Okay. Um, and since they're both prefixes, you have to regal at least to see if it hits the other one. So in other words, you want to start with, let's just say, start with one of these, this guy right here. This guy. Copy this, sure. Okay, we're gonna move this guy here. Okay, so you started with this guy. Okay, you're gonna hit it with the transmute. Transmute. Step one. Step one. Transmute. Transmute. One. Transmute or essence. Okay. Step two. Og or second blue essence or nor for your second stat. So you will get either a prefix or a suffix, and then this one you'll get either a prefix or a suffix. You can have a maximum of one of each on a blue item. So you're not going to augment and get a second prefix. What that means is you need a step three regal. This, let's just say from this step you got a prefix. And let's just say that you hit this here. You hit this mandatory roll, okay? And then you hit plus, yeah, and on top of that you got like 10 cold res, okay? 10 cold res. And then step three, this is gonna be step one. And then step two, you're gonna aug. Step one, you got the nuts, right? You got the percent ES, okay? And then you're gonna regal, okay? So this is the hard part because you have to settle. You have to be mindful of what chest you're currently running also. So like for me personally, I was running like a really dog shit chest. I had nothing ES, so I was settling for anything. I hit tier 1 flat. I ogged, hit nothing. I regaled and I hit hybrid. Okay, so these just make a little line here. So talk about something separate. Here over here, I would consider these are both called right here. They're both called hybrid roles. Called hybrid because you can see there's two roles on one mod. You have percent ES and life, or you have percent ES and flat, flat ES and percent ES. Okay, so there's two mods. Those are both called hybrid. So your best possible chest would have tier 1 plus hybrid. Okay, and that would get you to like 1,000 ES or something. This would end up being like 1,000. Let's not write that out. Life is also good. So these are mandatory. These are like, let's give you a big red star. Mandatory, mandatory. And then these are optional. All of these are optional. Optional. And if you already have both of these mandatory ones, and then you get +1 optional one, it's like really, really good. Okay. Or if you get like, and then these hybrids can save the day. Because let's say you got tier 1%, and then you regold and you got like plus, and then it said like +30 flat ES, max ES. And you're like, sad face. I really wanted this 91 to 96 roll, and it only gave me +30, and now the items only give me like dog shit. And then you exalt and you can hit like another +30 flat on top of that from the hybrid. So it will save the days, and then you come up with a 60, and then that's getting kind of closer to here, you know. That's the game you're playing with crafting these chests. You have to regal, and then you're probably gonna have to exalt too. But don't regal. So rule one. Don't you don't regal unless you have tier 1 or tier 2 of flat or hybrid until T1 to hybrid, or not hybrid. Oh my god, flat or percent. Okay, so you want one or the other. You don't need that. Or in other words, always regal. You have one of these, either of these, any of these rolls here, you always regal. Okay? Get those on a blue item, always regal. And sometimes I would always just exalt it too until you get full prefixes. If you get this, if you have this node here or mod here, you have tier 1, and then you regal and you end up with a situation where you have a prefix, suffix, 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 I would absolutely exalt. Okay, prefix, suffix, suffix, you exalt. If you're in a situation where you have prefix that's one of these, and then you slam twice and you hit like two really bad prefixes, you stop immediately because it can't hit the other one, so it's useless. I don't know if that makes sense. 'Cause you will always have a prefix and a suffix before you regal, and then if it gives you like a bad prefix on the regal, and then you exalt and you hit another bad prefix, you're done. Completely done. The item's dead. You can try chaosing it, maybe. That could maybe help. But otherwise, yeah, you're always starting out with prefix, suffix, and then you regal, and you don't know if you're going to get a prefix or suffix. But if it doesn't hit this second one, or if it doesn't hit like a hybrid or something, the item's pretty much dead. Yeah, that's the name of the game here. You're really just chasing after these two roles. Chasing after these two. These are fucking amazing rolls. And then these are just bonuses on top. But if you can get like both of these plus one of these, it's just God tier. God tier. And you can get like 1,000 ES. So anyways, thank you for watching my video. Thank you for watching this build update. I think I covered everything. Let's look skill tree, pre-kit. pre-crit and post-crit. We covered the Anoint, covered the items, and why Disdain is really good. This is the strongest possible item you can go for. We talked about how to get the belt and how to chance it. It needs to be at least eye level 46 to chance it. Okay. Um, we showed you the auras. We will link the previous builds. You can look at the previous gem links if you need them. Okay. Anyways, yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you in the next one. Tarkov is wiping tomorrow morning. Actually, like probably like 4 hours from now, I'm about to go to sleep after I upload this video. And I'm gonna be playing a lot of Tarkov. This to me, and that's why I put out this video now, because I'm about to be swapping games for a little bit. I will be playing PoE. I'll probably play PoE once a day at night or something, but all day I'm gonna be playing Tarkov for like at least a week. I gotta check out the new patch. So yeah, that's why I was putting this out now. I did successfully swap to ES, and I wanted to help you guys get to the point where you're able to swap to ES as well. Um, there's some of these circles. There we go. I hope this made sense to you. This crafting section, I might, if I'm not too tired, if I somehow have a ton of extra energy, there's a small chance I put out a crafting video. One of my viewers requested like a crafting 101 section type like a guide. Well, I think I mentioned that life is also a big plus. That since we're a hybrid build and that our ES pool scales off of our life, I think our best possible scenario is getting both of these and then getting like tier one life on top of it. You have like 1,000 ES or 800 ES chest plus 200 life on top of it. That's your best case scenario. But also, this is a great case scenario too. Like both of these plus a hybrid is also a great case scenario. I would not complain if even if it was like this bottom one. I don't care. That's just it's extra ES on top and a lot of it. Or just I mean, so it's actually a little bit of it. Oh, and last last step, you put the ES runes in. You put in ES runes. I think they're called runes of iron or runes of stone. I can open it real quick to um, that will give you an extra 40% ES on top, which is pretty good. Come on, hurry up, hurry up. Come on. You're about to see my chest. I hit the tier one. I hit tier two flat plus a hybrid, but I failed to hit the percent, and I was very sad. But it still came out to be a 500 ES chest. It's really good for how little investment, and it has life on it too. You can see I hit the tier two flat, and then I hit like a shitty on the Regal. I hit shitty hybrid roll, which isn't bad. So I immediately exalted. If you have like one of these, that's the other thing. If you have one of these, oh my god. Okay, wait. I was gonna show you the. It is iron runes. Iron runes. Okay. Yeah, we're done with that. So let's just say hypothetically you had one of these. Okay. You regal and you get hybrid, I will always exalt to 6 or until we get the last prefix. Because if you already have the one that you want, like this one, we're covering too much, aren't we? Okay, a little bit less bloat. All right, so let's just say we have this guy, and then we regal and we get this guy. Then you have a prefix left open and you can still hit this. It's like really always exalt that, okay? If you have like a really high percent roll, and then you have hybrid on the regal, always make sure that you have exalt is step 4, and this is only if you have something really good potential, okay? Um, and step 5 is obviously runes. I think We ranted long enough explaining how to craft this. I hope the the video quality didn't come out bad this time. This is like our third or fourth take. OBS in my encoding, I've been struggling a little bit, but we're done now. So hopefully this one comes out good. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you liked for more, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much, and playing Tarkov as well tomorrow. Good luck. Won't be an easy wipe. Catch you on the next one. Exile. Stay sane, Exile.